So, when I did my 2007 Voyager class Megatron review or video, I I did something in particular with the thumbnail. And that was somebody stepping on this Megatron toy's chest. And it's the one that that I would rather play with than this monstrosity. So we bring that out of the way. I'm going to bring here this monstrosity. This is the 2007 movie Leader Class Megatron. And though I do admit with everybody online, he turns into a literal nothing, I still rather have I still have fun with this thing than I do with this thing. Yeah, and it's just the way it feels, the way it looks. It's a lot better than the other toy, and at least it's more accurate. I would transform the Masterpiece toy. I do not want to do that. He does exist, though, I promise. But yeah, this is the original 2007 Leader Mags, and it is a fun toy. I will go down saying that. I like this toy a lot, and I will actively defend it. So, and same goes for Movie Brawl. His Leader Class toy, I will forever defend it. And speaking of Brawl, this is going to be a lot. To start off the comparisons, I guess. Here he is with that '07 Movie Brawl, and this was when leaders were still huge. And they were clickety, and they were clattery, and they were fun, and packed with gimmicks, and lights and sounds. Another comparison is going to be the last video we did. Here he is with the '07 movie Prime. And yeah, you could tell there was a preferred when it came to vehicles on how they were actually able to do it. If I can fit everything into frame. They were good at doing the vehicles for '07. Because you got a great leader, a great leader, a good leader, and Megatron. Yeah, I understand how complicated it would have been to make it look screen accurate, but at the same time, they are forever going to be really good leaders. So we get these two out of the way. And the transformation from Megatron is interesting, to say the least. But at the same time, he also doesn't know how to get out of his own way. So, I'm going to bring the camera back up. To start with, we are going to push in his nose cone. I did not know this until I was messing with my junk copy at one point. So I didn't know he could do that. Next, we are going to obviously unpeg the arms from the nose cone, and then untab his legs just to free everything up. Now, I'm going to flip out this little piece that covers his face, and push his head out of the way. We'll untab that. This is where the fun begins. So we're going to try and rotate his legs around while trying to maneuver them away from the under kill or the underwing bits and trying to bring it around like that. That's actually the easiest it's been for me so far. And just going to fix the legs right now. Rotate you out of the way. So just got to rotate these thigh pieces around. There we go. And we'll just straighten out his legs. Keep them like that for now. We're going to work at the upper half here. We're going to fold out his arms. We'll rotate this entire tail wing section, like so. Next, we're going to fold everything up like that. Untab it from where the neck will sit right there. Then bring it down. And the cool thing about his, it doesn't even want to do it now. Cool thing about his wings is when you grab it by the nose cone, you flip it up and it's on an entire mechanism that just ties itself up for the automorph. That's super cool. And just going to peg in his arms like so. Rotate his head around. Make sure it is where it needs to be. So we're just going to grab the neck, bring it forward, making sure this clip latches over the bar that's in there, and then just peg in his head. Now we are just going to clean up Megatron a little bit. We're going to grab him by his thigh right here, or his calf. We're just going to flip it down like that, and it'll bring everything out and into order. Same thing on this side. Flip it out. There we go. And the last thing we got to worry about is rotating his arms and unpegging his fingers. That allows us to just shift up this piece and then fold out his gangly fingers. Same thing on the other side. Flip this piece around, peg finger, flip the finger around. And that leaves us with the 2007 Leader Class Megatron good to go. And that is the transformation for the 2007 Leader Class Megatron. And I know people will say that this thing at least looks a little more accurate to the movie, but for me, this is it. This is as accurate as you can get coming from the Cybertron era of toys. Oh, my chair is loud. And yeah, he's just got a lot of good detailing on the go. And I want to get this out of the way. It's like he's frozen in the Sector 7 base, but we put the light over his eyes, and oh my god, he's alive. Oh, that light piping is amazing. Like, that is cool. But no, the details alone, even on his face, are just immaculate. Like, if they painted his face silver instead of black with the blue going on, then you'd be able to see those details shine. But for what it is, this is really good. There we go. Fix the camera. Yeah, that's the 07 transformation. As you can tell, he does have an issue with standing. That can also be forgiven just due to the amount of weight there is on the back. such as there. That's as straight as I'm going to get it. But yeah, no, all the detailing on the Go is phenomenal, for the time at least. He does have lights and sounds, just like Prime and Brawl. If you flip down on this lever here, similar to how Prime would do it, instead of popping out his face, there would be... You would have these bits in the back pop up, these bits on the chest expand, and you saw the lights just right there. That's all he really has for light and sounds. Which, okay, it's, again, it's on par with how this guy's light and sounds are, where you'd have his head come up. It would make lights and sounds, the chest will glow, all that. And just to start the comparisons, here he is with the 07 Prime. They just look beautiful together. And another comparison, here he is with the 07 Leader Brawl, who is not as enjoyable as Prime and Megatron. I know people will say he's better than him, but if I were to go from Prime, Megatron, and Brawl, that's how I would do it. Prime being great, Megatron being good, and Brawl not so good. Like, he has the mass, he has the chunk, the intimidation look on the Go. There we go, as straight as I can get him. But for me, he is not as enjoyable compared to Megatron Prime. And just because here he is with the disappointment of the family, and just because I have him, here he is with a modern Leader Class. And that's all I really have to say about the comparisons. Oh, and I drop Megatron. Articulation, he is very limited. That's also due to being a 2007 figure. Arms can go up that far. They can go back only that far due to the way it's molded. Arms can go out. He's got a bicep rotation. Arms, he's got gorilla arms, unfortunately. And his fingers here can move. They are rubber fingers, so you don't have to worry about them poking out your kid's eye. But that also means, just like Sideswipe, it's going to degrade over time, so I do worry about the longevity of it. His legs can go out only that far, can go back only that far. Knee bend, he's got about 90 degrees worth of bend, which is fairly good. Oh, listen to those ratchets. And that's pretty much it for articulation. You can cheat a head joint if you unpeg it. I just realized the body did not meet the peg. You can unpeg it and it can look around, but it does not help that it is on a ball joint. So his movements would be from the back there instead of where his neck would be. Oh, there we go. And you know what? I am going to go look for the masterpiece quickly. I will be right back. Here's the original 07 Megatron compared to his last known iteration, being the 07 Masterpiece Megatron. And yeah, when it comes to looks and accuracy, definitely goes to the Masterpiece. But what the Masterpiece does not have is the actual playability and fun factor to it, compared to the 07 Leader. But just like the 07 Leader, he also does have really nice red eyes. Those are gorgeous. I like that a lot. Set that back right there for now. Ooh, you're leaning, Snake. You know what? He's grounded to the floor. He can stay there for a bit. Megatron does have some accessories with him, but they're more integrated. You can fold his hand in like so, and flip this piece of the jet back around. And you can reenact that whole sequence of join them in extinction. You just peg the thing together. There we go. You peg his two hands together, and a little lever at the bottom will deploy his gun, which is pretty neat. The masterpiece would also imitate that with a separate accessory. Flip that around. And the other hand, if you bring it all the way around, will actually turn into his mace from the movie. You just open up that panel there, plug it back in. He has this flail he can flail around with, which is pretty cool. I like that. I like the fact that he can have his two iconic movie weapons, even though this design only lasted one movie. So yeah, that is going to be it for the Transformers 2007 Leader Class Megatron. My cat is currently going at my tripod. Please move it. Thank you, kitty cat. And all I have to finish off with is like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.